Hey everyone, welcome to another riveting episode of the Totally 90s podcast. I am one of your wacky hosts. My name is Steph. Who are you?
I'm one of your other wacky hosts, Fuego.
Oh, Caliente's here.
I'm Justine. Hi, Steph.
Hey Nin, how's it hanging?
Oh, it's hanging. I've been waiting to say. I've been waiting to say that word fuego all day.
I know. I hope you do it at least on the hour, at least.
I try, but you know what? I'm sorry. I know I totally I just need to tell you this real quick. Pauly Shore,
Mm.
I was listening to the radio the other day and they were talking about him in regards to I don't know if you heard about it, the Oscars.
What?
Yeah,
Was
something
he
about
there?
no, but something about like how Brendan Fraser won an Oscar and
Oh,
someone else that he
yeah.
was in a movie with won an Oscar and they were giving him a hard
Yes.
time, right?
Yes, they were
Hmm.
talking about Encino Man, the little cute boo boo that one. He was in a movie with Harrison Ford many, many years ago, and then
Was
he
he
jumped
in
into
that
his
movie?
arms. Yes,
The
and
director or whatever his name
I don't.
yeah,
I
he
want to say
was
his name's
in
Ken, but
um
like they hadn't seen each other since Encino Man. I didn't realize that they talked about Pauly Shore. That it better have been
wow.
in reverent tones.
Yeah, it was just kind of like they were just making fun of it that he was the only one that didn't win an Oscar or something like that. And it made me
Ew.
think of you and I was but he handled it with class and
Okay.
of course and they were talking about him and how cute he was and how sweet and like they've had him on his show before, their show. And they were like, "Oh, Paul, did I say Polly class?"
No, you said Pauly
Oh,
Shore.
okay. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, Polly Shore was on their show a few times and how amazing he was. Such a
What
nice
show?
guy. Alice, the radio show, Alice at
Okay,
97.
I missed. Did you say that?
I don't know, did
Sorry,
I?
I
I
don't
can't
think
remember.
so. Okay, so on the Alice show, they were talking about how the
Yeah.
Brendan and the guy. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Yes. I know I probably didn't. I just thought of it and I was like, oh my God, I have to tell you. Because when I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, you don't hear about Polly Shore anymore.
No, I really want him to be like relevant in our
Yeah.
today. Like I want Presley to grow up in a world where Pauly Shore is still
Hmm.
making movies.
I agree. I
You
agree.
know,
I mean,
like
I hear he's like running a comedy show of his mom's
okay.
in LA somewhere or something like
Oh,
that.
road trip?
But I know, wouldn't that be fantastic?
I mean, we met Ed Kowalczyk of Live. So can you
Yes.
imagine if we took a picture with Pauly Shore?
Wow, that would be epic.
Oh,
Imagine.
I wouldn't even know what to say to him. I'd be like, wait, how's it hanging?
All right. And I'm like, okay, buddy.
Buddy.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna watch Son-in-Law this weekend.
And
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna watch
introduce it to
Encino
Presley.
Man. Yes, please do. Please do. How stoked were you that Brendan Fraser won an Oscar? I sobbed
Oh,
my face off.
yeah, so did I. Oh
He
my,
is so loved. You know what I mean?
he
He is
is.
the comeback kid. I can't watch that movie though. I can't do it. Like it just the previews depressed me.
Mhm.
So like,
No, for
but
real.
I've been keeping up with like the buzz about like how he's, deserves an Oscar for his role and like the clips
Hmm.
that I've seen, I have not avoided, like I've seen.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, this guy's freaking talented. And if you think about like his portfolio or his
Hmm.
resume, he's covered it all. Drama,
Yes.
comedy, like action, kids
Hmm.
movies. Like he is amazing. I mean, so I think it's like a good segue into today's topic.
That's true. It is.
So basically today, the Neenster and I, what are we going to talk about
Oh,
today?
we are going to talk about something that is near and dear to our hearts. We are going
Mhm.
to, and I mean, it is fuego for sure.
Yes,
We are
it
going to
does
talk about,
sizzle.
it does. We are going to talk about 90s heartthrobs.
Oh yeah. Now,
Ooh,
not so we're specifically talking about 90s Hollywood heartthrobs because
yes.
if we were just going to keep it very broad. We'd be here till like
Oh,
freaking a month
yeah.
from now because we got to cover all the boy bands again and everything. So like, I mean,
Exactly.
this is huge. And we're going to focus on the male heartthrobs because
Mhm.
there's so many female heartthrobs too that we'll have to talk
Yes.
about. But like, now you know why Brendan Fraser is like in the forefront. Like
Yes.
we were in love with this man.
Oh,
I'm
for
still in
sure.
love with this man. Like when I
Mhm.
started to see, so like he disappeared, you
Mhm.
know, sadly, he went through a lot
Right.
of trauma. But he came back bigger than ever, stronger than
Mhm.
ever, to welcoming arms. Like
Oh.
everyone was like, "Oh my God, you're back. Thank you so much." Like he is so well-rounded. He
Mhm.
is so tall.
Very.
He is, his voice is like,
Oh,
oh my God, I literally, one of my eyes only closes because
right.
I can't, the other one has to keep watching him. And
Oh.
I think he's just the hottest in Encino Man. I know that's the most random, but I'm gonna say that that's my favorite Brendan Fraser movie and
Mhm.
the one with Elizabeth Hurley.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, yes, Simply Irresistible, was it?
no,
No.
you always
No,
call it
no.
that.
I
That no.
do.
It's the, I
Crap.
want to say bedazzled, but that's
Yes,
not right.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
Bedazzled. Simply
Yeah, where she's
Irresistible,
the
who's that with?
Sarah Michelle Gellar, where she's the
That's
chef.
it. Yes. Oh, I love that one.
We'll talk about that in female heartthrobs because Sarah
Yes.
Michelle Gellar is a queen. But like he was so hilarious in
He
that
was.
movie. So if
Mm-hmm.
you haven't seen that movie, do yourself a favor and watch it. I made Angel watch it a couple months ago. We were dying. It was just amazing. So Brendan Fraser
Aw.
will always be my 90s, one of my 90s heartthrobs, one of your 90s heartthrobs.
Yes,
So
for
give it up for
sure.
Brendan Fraser
He-
and his comeback.
yes, he is the epitome of eloquence. Like,
Yeah,
and I
he really
love the
is.
fact how vulnerable he was that night.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I didn't watch the Oscars myself. I watched the clip of his speech. And what I loved about him is how nervous he was. Like
yes.
it made, because that would be me. Like it made him feel so, looking at someone that was so normal. Like,
Mhm.
you're like, oh, okay. It just made me love him even more because I just adore him. But I
Yeah.
always knew he was just amazing ever since School Ties.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
That
how can
that
you not?
performance, that
Uh-huh.
that performance in the rain where he's just
Oh,
like, oh, he has such passion. What I like about him is that I feel like if we knew him as a friend, he would be totally cool. You wouldn't even know he was an actor,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
he could turn it on and he takes his job seriously.
Very much so. He's very professional. You could tell he's nice to everyone around him, everyone on set, I'm sure. I've never heard a bad thing about him.
Mm-mm,
You don't hear you don't hear any sort of scandal or
nothing.
devo behavior, I
Right.
guess you would call it. Like he's just, you know who he reminds me of?
Hmm.
Keanu.
Oh, Keanu.
Mom, moment of silence for Keanu.
Whew.
I mean, where do we begin? He is
For real.
so lovely.
Mm-hmm.
You never hear a peep of negativity about this man.
No, you don't.
He's another tall drink of water.
Mhm.
He plays what, action,
Mhm.
comedy, doofus,
That's right.
romance. I mean, I'm gonna
Mhm.
go ahead and say it. I know one of your favorite Keanu Reeves movies is one of mine as well, and it's the one with your girlfriend Charlize Theron,
Ugh.
Sweet November. Oh, the end where
Oh
they
my
take
gosh.
the blindfold off of him and he's got tears in his
Oh my
eyes.
gosh. I can't. If you have not seen Sweet November, because
Oh,
honestly, it's not a very like out there movie
no,
unless you were
no.
like in the thick of your
Yeah.
like
Of your
maybe.
love for Keanu and
Yes,
Charlize. You're
exactly.
gonna watch all their
Yeah,
stuff.
but that movie it's a gut wrencher, but it's such a beautiful love story. And they both play this like beautiful role. It's timeless. It's an amazing movie, but uh,
The end.
Keanu, the end killed me.
Mm. Me too. We watched it together and we were like
Yes.
sobbing. Like,
That with the soundtrack
yes, the
of Sweet
soundtrack was
November.
so good.
Yes, it was everything. And it's one of those things when you live in the city and you see a movie that has your city in it, it just
Yes.
makes it just even better.
Just
And
like the
so,
Brendan Fraser movie, Bedazzled.
yes, that's
You know,
right. That's true.
just like Keanu's latest Matrix flick, San Francisco, right by
Hmm.
my job.
Did
It's
you
just
see
it's
them filming at all? Like, oh, I
yes.
love it.
And
Uh,
oh, Keanu Reeves, he's just everything that he does. Like, yes, his girlfriend annoys me. I don't know what it is about her that annoys me, but
yes,
like,
we've had talks about this.
yeah, it's just honey. But yeah, I won't
But you
even
know
go
what? That
there.
shows what kind of person he is. That he's not looking
Exactly.
at, he could have come out with someone like Charlize, like I don't know, any bombshell
Yeah.
actress, right? But he goes for
And
someone more
yeah,
distinguished
an
and
author or like
yes,
something
you
like that.
know?
Like, yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
you know
He's,
what?
I mean,
Oh, have you seen that movie with him with oh crap. What's her name? The lady with the gray hair from Father of the Bride, the mother. What is
Diane
her?
Keaton.
Yeah, have you seen the movie with him and her?
What's it called? Wait,
Oh my gosh, okay. You have some homework to do because
is it a sex scene with them? I can't.
no, not at all. But he is so charming in that movie. I want to say it is. Hold on, Diane Keaton.
Wait, but I'm seeing the
And
while Reeves and Keanu had a romantic leak in the film, they didn't begin their rumored romance until 2 years after. So they were together.
yeah, in the movie, yes.
And
Really?
yeah, there's an article from August 2022. Oh, okay. So the movie itself was, oh, something's got to give.
Yes. Have you seen it?
Yeah, with yes,
Oh,
yes, 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 yes.
I love that movie.
Oh my God.
But
I
I love
can't
how he
believe
he's like obsessed with her in that movie, but
I
in
gotta
a
watch that again because
beautiful
he
way.
had great hair in that
He
movie.
did. Oh,
Like, you just want to run your fingers through it and tussle the freak out of it. Sorry, I love Keanu.
yes, but you know where I really thought he was really beautiful
Mm-mm-mm.
was in Speed.
Oh
When he
God,
first
yeah. I
came
mean,
out,
his biceps.
yeah, I completely forgot how he looked in Speed.
Oh no, not me. That's forever ingrained right here. He looked so good
I
in
mean, for
Speed.
YouTube viewers, I mean, look at
Yeah,
that.
it's the buzz cut, but because okay,
Yes.
so it's very controversial. So
Mhm.
do you prefer Keanu with the buzz or
Mhm.
Keanu with something's got to give tussle
Ooh,
hair? Because
that's a
see,
hard
like
one.
he can rock both.
He can, because I'm to be honest, I'm not really looking at the hair. I'm looking at his face.
He's got those very yummy puppy dog, soulful, stares right into your soul eyes.
Oh, completely. And he rips it to shreds. And
Yeah.
the thing about him too is the way he talks.
I
Like
love his
he has
voice.
this just this way of talking. It's like he moves his eyes in a way and his lips where it's like a dance. And you're just like, huh? You know?
Yeah, he has a way of like pursing, like he's got these little boo-boo lips, and I always
Yes.
found it really cool that he was born in Lebanon too. Like,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was, I found out later in life that
I love that.
that's
That is very cool actually. What is his nationality?
he's actually Canadian. He was
Of course he
duh,
is.
duh, everyone's Canadian. But like, so he was born in Beirut, but he grew up in Toronto. So
Wow. That's very
yeah,
I love that. I wish I
I
was
do
born
too.
somewhere else.
I also love that he was born just a couple days before one of my favorite people, you.
Who?
Keanu, he was born a couple days before you.
Me?
Yeah.
I was like, who's Hugh?
You gotta,
I was like, huh? Oh my gosh, that's right, September 4th.
second.
Oh,
Beyonce is
okay.
the fourth.
Okay. I'm all backwards. Oh my gosh, that's right. He's a Virgo.
He is. And I only like two Virgos, you and Keanu and Beyonce. But what I love of is that his mother is English, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his father is Hawaiian, but he's also
Mm-hmm.
got like some Chinese.
Yes.
I think
He's
and it's
a
he's
melting pot.
Irish and Portuguese descent as well. So
Oh,
like I feel like you
See?
can see the European in
Oh,
his
completely.
features, like his beautiful nose. He's got that long nose. He's got a
Mhm.
long face, and then
Mhm.
he's got Canadian manners.
Mhm.
So
Yes,
he's
big
a very
time.
well-rounded man.
He
And
is.
he's also a musician, a
Mm.
la Kevin Bacon. Oh, yeah. Love Kevin Bacon.
I can't right now. I'm just gonna end it. And that made this whole podcast right
Sorry.
now. I'm sure the listeners probably heard you shaking your
Shaking the
tatas.
tots. The tots were shaking. I'm sorry. I love me some Kevin. Oh, the tots are shaking. I love me some Kevin Bacon. What? Anyways, back to
Oh
the
my gosh, I can't. Oh man, I'm gonna write that down.
I'm sure we've lost all our listeners
Wait,
due to
hold
my
on.
Tata
What is
dance.
your favorite thing or movie scene with Kevin Bacon?
Oh my God. What?
Like just one, is there one scene
Okay.
in particular?
Look at me.
Okay.
Think about who you're talking to.
I know.
Now think about the movie.
Hmm.
What is it?
Is it Apollo 13?
Is that yours? Okay, then I'm
Wait, is he
perverted and
wait,
I'm gonna go to
wait,
bed
hold on.
now.
Is he in Apollo 13?
I don't I don't remember
Yes.
him there.
Because there's a scene where he comes out in just his towel.
I'll do you one better.
Uh-oh.
I believe he's in Wild Things with Nev Campbell, and
Oh
we get a
shoot.
full frontal of Kevin Bacon.
Oh my God, really? I
Yeah.
did not know that. I mean,
What?
not that I'm interested anymore.
I know, henceforth with. I know, me neither. Hello, lesbian here. But I do appreciate the male form.
Of course.
And I loved the movie Wild Things
Hmm.
because Nev Campbell, enough
Hmm.
said.
Yes.
The now we end the episode because
Yeah.
first of all, Nev is gonna get her whole freaking totally 90s episode.
Hmm. Oh,
Love
of
that
course.
woman. But Kevin Bacon subtly is taking a shower. You don't expect it. You're just like, oh my God, there's his butt. And then he turns around and it's like, hello. And I'm like, oh my God. And it
Oh
changed
man.
me. It changed me. Like I know Mark Wahlberg I think he had a full frontal in Boogie Nights.
Yes.
Everyone after this scene, I'm sure everyone just exited stage left. They're like, you know what,
Oh
Bacon can
man.
take the crown. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm not this perverted, I promise.
Oh my gosh, I did not know this. It has been a
Yes,
minute.
that is my favorite Kevin Bacon movie. And well, actually, in Stir of Echoes, but I don't know how he got on Kevin Bacon. Like we were
I
just
don't
talking about
know, but
Keanu,
wow. Oh
but
my
yes.
gosh. Yeah, because I literally I knew it couldn't have been Apollo 13 because I didn't think that you
Wasn't
had
Bruce
seen.
Willis in Apollo 13?
No, you're thinking of that other one with uh what is that
Oh, he
one?
was in
Where they
Apollo
were astronaut?
13. Yes, sorry. I'm
Yes.
thinking about the other
But
one.
it's in the beginning where he comes out and he just has this towel
What a
on.
what a
And you're
body,
like,
right?
and I remember being a young
Oh,
teenager and I'm like,
yeah.
hello. I think we were only 12. I think that came out in like 1993. And I remember I was
Yeah.
just like, whoa, hi, you
It
know?
wasn't, yeah, you're right. We were young. And then
Hmm.
Wild Things came out when we were in high school. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was a curious teen.
Yeah. Weren't we
I
all?
yeah, I really love Kevin Bacon. You know who else loves Kevin Bacon? Angel. Like I was like,
Really?
simmer down. I
You're
mean,
like, okay. You're like, I'm getting a little jealous.
no, I was like getting all warm.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I
no.
love
I
it.
mean, two lesbians appreciating Kevin Bacon. Okay, like
Yes, no,
enough
I
said.
love it.
And
You know,
he's an amazing husband.
there's something about like your significant other when you see that they appreciate someone just as much as you, even if
Yeah,
it like to me, especially when it comes to like famous people or whatever, there's
yeah.
no point in getting jealous over that
There
crap, you
isn't.
know?
There isn't. Like I'm not. It's not like Daddy Yankee's gonna come swoop me off my feet. Like listening
No,
to this
just as long as you're not
podcast.
like trying to talk to them like on Instagram or something.
No, of course not. Come on, please. Yeah. And plus,
Mhm.
Angel knows she's the queen of my solar system. But like,
Exactly. Yes.
no, exactly. So yeah, Kevin Bacon.
Man.
And oh, I know why I got on Kevin Bacon because Keanu Reeves is in a band. Okay, we're back. And scene. We were on that for a minute. But he was a
We
90s
were.
heartthrob, and
He was,
so we
definitely.
actually are still on topic. But
Yes. I
I think
mean,
we need to loop it back to the ultimate
yeah,
90s,
I agree. I
and
mean,
that would be
Brad Pitt?
duh, duh.
Wow. Okay, so what's your favorite?
Oh my Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Favorite movie?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh.
My favorite Brad Pitt movie. I'm gonna say it right now. And I know that I might scream. Oh, hold on.
I know it's
Okay,
hard.
okay, Troy was not in the 90s. Okay. I love because he has a little booby
Ooh,
shot in
dang.
that one.
Right?
I'm gonna say Interview with the Vampire.
Ooh, yes. Oh my gosh, that was
I know I didn't say Legends of the Fall.
that's okay.
That was hard though.
Ooh. Yeah, that's I feel like someone's calling
Yeah,
my
I
name.
heard Can You Get Up Here?
I know. I think that was they were calling what is who is it? Charlie. So I think
Oh,
we're good.
okay.
um Legends of the Fall was
Yeah.
amazing, but explain why you liked Interview with the Vampire because I love that
Okay.
one too.
I loved the setting. I loved how he had the long hair. He was from a
Mm-hmm.
different time. So I guess I like period movies because there's a few that I like. I love, didn't he have like a little slight accent
Yes,
that he
he
was
did.
trying to use? Okay. And I loved, we're going to talk about this guy because we have to. I loved that he was acting opposite Tom Cruise. It was
Oh,
just, it had
yes.
all of the things that make for a good, like, huge Hollywood movie. You have Brad, Tom, Antonio Banderas, you have
Mm-hmm.
Christian
And
Slater,
Slater.
you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so that's humongous. And I loved the storyline. I loved that he didn't want to like kill people and he would like survive off of rats. Like that was so
Yes.
like he
Oh
was
no,
just
for
so
real.
sad, you know, like
It was.
and he tried to take care of that little brat. What was her name? Kristen Stewart. Kristen, no, not Kristen Stewart. Oh my God, I
Oh,
love
I was
Kristen
like,
Stewart.
whoa, did you just say that? Kristen Dunst.
Yeah, Kristen.
Yeah, that's it.
I just loved the whole story. And I
Oh
know
yeah.
and it was hard to pick because Legends of the Fall is like obviously top three Brad
Mm-hmm.
Pitt movies. Ooh, but see, even that, yes, that deserves a top slot. Because I also loved him in Ocean's 11. I loved him in
Oh,
Troy. I mean, the freaking river runs through it, like Thelma and Louise. Like
mm-hmm.
he is amazing.
Oh,
He's
he
amazing,
is.
and he's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. He's one
And
of those like those beauties that
mhm,
like for us that it was like the first person in our lives that was like more of like a man, not so much of like a young boy,
yeah,
like it
yeah,
was where we were becoming more mature and he
yes,
was just like everything and then some.
totally.
A river runs through it, like you
Oh,
said. That was incredible. And that was where he was still kind of very clean looking, very
yes,
clean cut.
yes.
And then, but gosh, Interview with a Vampire, like you said, that was just it. The cast had a lot to do, but he really just took on that role of that vampire. I mean, who didn't want to get their neck sucked on by him?
I mean, I was up on top of the screen, like, oh, like, my God, he was just,
Oh
yeah,
my
come,
gosh. Oh,
I'll spend
yes.
eternity with you. You know what I mean? Like, he was very
Yes.
convincing. And I really love vampire movies because I loved Bram Stoker's
Oh,
Dracula
yes,
with,
exactly.
oh, Winona, no. Who was the actress in
Uh,
that?
yeah.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. I thought it was
Drew Barrymore?
Winona.
No,
No, it was Winona Ryder.
it
Thank God.
was.
Okay. Yeah, and Keanu was in there too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
But so
right.
I loved that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And and I love Twilight. So
Oh,
I
love
love
Twilight
vampire
too.
movies. But
Ugh.
there was another movie that Brad Pitt was in. And I need to Google the name of it because I can't for the life of me remember. Cool World.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That was with who was the blonde? It because it was weird. It was like animated or something, right?
Yeah, it was like kind of naughty, and I was
Yeah.
watching it when I shouldn't have been watching it. Kim Basinger.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Wow.
And so I remember feeling confused because
Mm-hmm.
it came out in the didn't it come out? Oh, in 92. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was way, way, way younger, but I remember I was watching it and I was like, "Ooh, a cartoon. Ooh, he's cute. Oh, what's happening?"
Oh my gosh. Yes, it was very different,
Yeah.
to say the least. Was he in that movie with Julia Roberts and it was like pizza? Ooh, pizza, not Pizza My Heart. Is it a whole bunch of people were in there like
Oh yeah. Oh
the
God. The Mexican?
Mystic Pizza.
Oh, Mystic
I never
Pizza.
saw it, but I
Angel wants me to
believe
see it.
really does she like it?
I think so, yeah. And oh no, you know what? I'm confusing with Steel Magnolias, but I do think that she
Oh man,
saw,
that's a good one too.
yeah. But they starred in The Mexican together. That was in
Yes, they
2001.
did. I
Um,
don't know if he's in. I think maybe Brad Pitt had like a cameo in there, but he wasn't like a big, like didn't have a big role. But I could be getting that wrong. I can't remember. But is Mystic Pizza a 90s movie?
I thought it was 80s for some reason, but I could be wrong. It could be early. Let's see, 88.
Okay. Oh,
And yeah, Julia, I think she was in that. Yeah, she was. I can see
yes.
her face like on the cover of the thing that I have to. I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah,
I
it's like a close up of her and and wasn't it one of like her first movies too?
Right. And I believe they did something on the Oscars because I believe he had a short role in there where it was like he handed Julia Roberts the pizza and they
Oh,
always went back to that, like how that was like his, you know, the clip that like started it all kind of thing.
well,
And they fast forwarded it to an Oscars show, I don't know when, in the night, maybe late 90s, early 2000s, where he hands her a pizza at the Oscars. And it was just like, I know people like went crazy, but I don't even know why I brought that up. But anyways, supposedly it's a good movie. It's one of those like movies, kind of like 16 Candles, those kind of things.
oh,
Can't
I'll
Buy
have
Me
to add it to
Love, that
my
kind of stuff that
list.
everybody likes to watch. But for me, Legends of the Fall is my favorite.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think we already talked about that scene where he just comes in on that horse
Oh,
and his hair is blowing in the wind. And I believe Tony said that he could see and appreciate his beauty. And I just love Tony even more for that too.
yeah. How can you
You
not?
know?
He's he's perfect. Like God really
Mhm.
took 7 whole days to create that man because
He did.
he is beautiful and
Mhm.
he's aging quite lovely, if I
He
can say
is.
that.
I agree. How did you feel about him and Angelina?
Okay. So I was mad.
Mhm.
I was just literally like, how dare you? Because I really loved him and Jennifer Aniston, and I really love Jennifer Aniston. I also
Mhm.
really love Angelina Jolie, and I think that
Right.
she's one of the most beautiful women that's ever walked the earth. You can't
Mhm.
deny that. Um, and when that happened the way that it did, it really left a bad taste in my mouth.
I
But
agree.
then by the time they got married and they had the kid, all the kids and stuff, and it was just them and the
Mhm.
kids, and she had on a wedding dress, just a simple wedding dress, and the kids drew on her train.
Yeah.
Only then, and then all her humanitarian work,
Mhm.
did my loathing for them as a couple finally melt away.
Mhm.
Like I was like, okay. And I go, and also it makes sense that the world's most beautiful man and the world's most beautiful woman get together and have
Mhm.
the world's most beautiful kids. Like
Right.
Shiloh needed to happen.
Oh,
The
that's for
twins
sure.
needed to happen. Like,
Mhm.
Shiloh's so perfect.
Oh, yeah, because when you see her, it's like you're looking at literally if you put both of their faces and just
Smush it.
smash them together,
Yeah.
that's them. It's
Yep.
because she has her lips
Lips and the
and
eyes, Brad's
yes,
eyes. Oh my
exactly.
God.
She's just gorgeous. I mean, because
Absolutely.
I feel the same way about you. I loved him with Jennifer Aniston, and I loved Angelina Jolie, but I did not like them together, and it was the way it played out. Nobody really knows the truth, but we all kind of know, right?
Yeah.
And I just it rubbed me the wrong way with Angelina because I kind of felt like she liked it, kind of like she didn't care, like, oh yeah, whatever, it was just kind of just dirty to me. And everybody's like, well, he's a man, he's this, he's that, and that just broke my heart because I loved Brad Pitt so much, and I was just like, oh, put him in
Yeah.
that category.
I still refuse to watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh yeah, I won't do it either. I that and what's that other one where he's blind? Meet Joe Black. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to seeing
Wasn't
that.
that around that time or
Something
yeah,
about it was a really long movie and it just
I
played
heard.
on and I can't do it.
I could
Same with
appreciate.
Benjamin Button.
Oh yeah, no, couldn't
I
do it.
can't do that either.
Couldn't do it. Yeah.
After certain things, I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, I'm not gonna waste any
I'll just
energy on
remember
this.
you as Legends of the Fall,
Yeah.
Tristan, because even his name in that movie is
Oh, I
perfect. It's
love that
freaking
name.
perfection. Okay.
Oh,
Tristan just
that's
fits him.
that's just a sexy sounding name. Like
It
if you're
is.
Tristan, you're getting all the girls.
Yes, absolutely. And the fact how he loved the girl that passed away, it was just
Oh,
everything about it. The way he looked at that Julia Ormond, the I don't know. He was just everything. The scenery was beautiful. I wanted to live in Montana after that. Like, uh,
yeah.
everything. He
I
was the epitome of the 90s. Such a heartthrob on
mm.
so many. That smile. It's the smile. The
The
way he
dimples, the perfect
yes.
teeth, the color of blue that is his eyes. It's a very specific blue, like
Yeah.
cerulean.
And
It
he's
like,
tan.
oh,
His the color of his skin was just
with
it
that
ca-
blonde.
yeah,
Oh,
sandy blonde hair.
wait, and then the movie,
Oh,
I also really loved Seven.
Seven. And
Yeah.
Ed Kowalczyk was in that. Hello.
Hey.
I mean, Seven. And
Ed Kowalczyk.
yes, he
That's
was,
right.
yes, he was the
That's right.
waiter. Uh-huh.
And I'm awake again. I
Yes.
forgot.
Yes, he was in it. Yes. And you know what? Okay. I really, really enjoyed Brad and Gwen together.
I did too.
I
I'm
loved them as a
sorry. I'm gonna
couple.
say something.
Please do. Go
I
there.
love Gwyneth Paltrow.
No, so do I. And
Thank
I
you. She gets so much hate for being so extra, but I sit there and I applaud it. I laugh. No one's forcing you to
no.
drink bone broth. Like there's this
No,
whole like to do right now.
for
She's being
real.
hated
Yeah,
online because
yes, nobody's forcing you to smell a candle that smells like vagina.
exactly. Or drinking coffee all day and then drinking bone broth for lunch. And oh, just stop it. I love Gwyneth Paltrow. I love that she can sing. I love
Mm-hmm.
that she can act. I love that she can dance.
I
I
love
love
that
that
she
she
can
was an
speak Spanish.
and French, French too, I
Mhm.
think. I don't know, but and when she speaks Spanish, it's eloquent.
Yes,
The woman is eloquent. I
she
love how classy
is.
she is. The end.
I just love her
The end.
jawline.
I do too. She's beautiful.
She
Beautiful.
is. She looks
Chiseled.
good with long, flat hair. Okay, just
Mhm.
stringy. Okay,
Yep.
she's the only person I know that could pull that shit off. Okay,
Yeah.
that where it doesn't look dirty, and she looks phenomenal with a short, like pixie cut.
Uh-huh.
That
Because she's
movie,
got
Sliding Doors.
that
Remember
jaw.
that movie, Sliding
Yeah.
Doors? She looked beautiful with that
Oh,
haircut.
she's classy.
And because that's the same haircut she had in the movie Seven.
Hmm.
I cut my hair because of her.
I love it.
She
I'm gonna
just,
tell I'm gonna tell Charlize Theron you said that.
oh, it's okay. It's okay. Because you know what? I'm pretty sure Charlize feels the same way. Because Gwyneth is amazing. And she's not like, she's very humble.
Yeah.
She's not like some of these people that are very just, there's this arrogance that they carry. She's not like that at all. She's just pleasant. And I think she was really
Yeah,
good for Brad personally.
I do too. They
Mhm.
had this polished look about
Mm-hmm.
them, as did
Yes.
him and Jen Aniston.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
I
And
just,
he was phenomenal on the Friends episode.
oh,
He
yes.
was so funny. I really enjoyed seeing him in that type of role because you didn't really see him in that comedic,
Yeah,
type of
he's
role,
funny.
but he was so funny.
Yeah, I absolutely love him and Jen. Like, I loved a couple years ago when they had them on a round table
Hmm.
discussion, and he's all or she's all, hey Brad, and they're just so
Hmm.
cute. Like, all of our hearts exploded at the same time around the world,
Oh yeah. Like I don't care that I mean, it's not my problem, but I know whatever happened to them, it obviously hurt her a lot, you could tell. But she's moved on from that. It's kind of like with J-Lo and Ben Affleck, right? Where she loved him that much that she could look past some of the things that happened. And I think that if these two ever got together, Jen and what's his name? And Brad, um, I would be so there for it.
I
Like, oh my
would
gosh.
I would organize a freaking parade like on the Golden Gate
Yes.
Bridge.
I so wanted them to have babies though,
Oh, me
because they would have
too.
had the most beautiful babies as well.
Stunning. Oh my
Yes.
God.
And I really
Um,
think that she loved him so much.
oh, you could tell. You could tell.
Yeah.
I think the love is still
Oh,
there,
totally.
from on both ends. And
Like the one that got away,
mhm,
you know.
definitely. Well, we can always hope and wait. It's gonna
Yes.
happen.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
who reminds me of Brad Pitt
Hmm.
is
Who did?
one Leo DeCaps,
Ooh. Oh, I was thinking about him the other day.
who I think about him often.
I don't even know why I was thinking about him, but I was talking about something and I just thought of him and I was like, he's adorable.
He's adorable. I love his speaking voice.
Hmm.
I, he's so talented. Like, all these men are talented. So they're not just gorgeous, they're
Mm-mm.
talented. Like,
They're good people.
yeah, and he's been acting since he was a little baby.
Hmm.
And he for me, he like stole my heart in Titanic, like forever. Like, the way he spoke,
Hmm.
the close-ups of his eyes when he would look at her, at Kate
Hmm.
Winslet,
Oh,
and
yes.
like you felt it. And again with the eyes, like Romeo and Juliet, him and Claire Danes looking at each
Oh,
other through the freaking aquarium.
yes.
He's very good at eye acting,
Hmm. Yeah,
like you
he
can.
took Tyra's class.
Oh, yes, he did. I think he
Hmm.
co-authored the
Right?
freaking teacher's manual to
Yes.
smizing, because he can penetrate you with his eyes, like
Hmm.
in a romantic way, in a sexy way, in a
Hmm.
like puppy dog way. He's so good with his eyes. And like, um, you can tell he's a good person. Like, he cares about
Totally.
the environment. Like, he's
Hmm.
very much a humanitarian. I love everything about him. I love that he finally won an Oscar. I
Hmm.
love that Kate Winslet was there to give him the
Yes.
biggest hug. I want them to get together. But
Oh.
see, where Keanu likes the older women,
Hmm.
Leo
Yeah.
likes them legal, but
Yes.
barely. So,
Yes.
I mean,
Exactly.
work it, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, and he's not the only one, right?
No,
I
no.
mean, but and for me, I can't say that I was ever really attracted to
Mm.
Leonardo DiCaprio, but because he was always very like he blossomed really late.
He did. He
Like
was always very boyish,
yes,
very
and that
like,
and
you know,
me, I was more of like a
man's man,
yeah, exactly. So it's
manly.
just like, ooh. But in Titanic, I was like, okay, I see you, Leo, right? And then when he did, um, was it before or after Titanic when he did Romeo and Juliet?
It
What
was
came first?
after Titanic.
Okay, so then when he did Romeo and Juliet, the way he
Mm,
was with um
Claire.
Claire Danes, I was like, I don't know, like, and then We saw The Beach.
Oh, The Beach. Remember the
The
soundtrack?
Beach changed my life
The
when it came to
Beach.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
The
I was like,
Beach is
hello,
oh, what a classic.
sensual. I was like, and you know, when you think of the storyline of The Beach,
Yeah.
it's not something that's like, oh man, this deserves an Oscar, right?
Yeah.
But it's something where it's the scenery,
Yeah.
the tone, the lighting,
Gorgeous. The
the
music.
music
Yeah.
from freaking Moby.
Oh,
Okay.
Moby.
Amazing soundtrack. Like that's where music was shifting, right? In the 90s, where it was taking on more of a different tone, but it was so
Yeah.
good. Like,
Remember that Sugar Ray song that you can't find anywhere?
uh-huh.
It's you can't find it
Yes,
anywhere.
what was the name
Spinning
of that?
Away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna put a pin in this one because
Mhm.
I gotta dang, I
I've
forgot
tried
about
looking all over for that song on iTunes, everywhere. I can only listen to it on YouTube
I hate that. Why is that?
because I don't know, we're gonna have to find like a CD. Like we're gonna have to go to
Yeah.
Amoeba and look for it
Yeah,
because
for real.
that is the song we would bump that song
Mhm.
driving
Oh my
around.
gosh. Yeah, and it
Oh,
was that tone. It was just like in that movie though with him, it showed a different side to me when it came to Leonardo. It was like I was like, okay, he's becoming a man, and
yeah.
the way he was just something. I just
He has swagger
loved
about
it.
him
He
as he got
does.
more manly and more like different types of roles.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell like his confidence, like something he was always confident, but
Yes.
like he just got more so.
Oh, completely. And the thing with him
Amazing.
is he doesn't have to try either.
No, no, no. It's effortless on him.
Yes. He was
Beautiful.
just, oh, so I'm going to mention one that
Oh
just
my God,
really
please do.
stole my heart.
Say it.
And
Come on. We're
I
right
have a
here.
feeling you are
Yes, it
going to,
is.
okay. So I'm just going to go
Come
there and
on.
I'm going to say James Vanderbeek.
What? I just wilted. Are you joking?
I'm totally joking.
Okay, I was about to punch you through. Say who I thought you were gonna say.
Sorry, I had to. Your face.
I was like, we need to end this.
Oh my God, that was amazing. Okay, so I have one that stole my heart in the
Go.
90s. Was it Freddie Prinze Jr.?
I
Who are
can't
you thinking
believe
of?
Johnny Depp.
Oh my God.
Johnny Depp. Where are you? I had to zoom in on the mic. Johnny Depp.
Wow, Johnny Depp.
I mean,
You know what? I didn't even write him down. I don't know
ay
why.
Dios santo.
For real, what is wrong with me? Oh
But
man,
but
that was
yes,
Pirates of the Caribbean, right? What other
honey.
roles did he have? What other roles did he have?
Are we here? Edward Scissorhands.
Okay, was that in the 90s?
Yes.
Holy crap, I thought that was in late 80s.
Or it might
That's
be
probably why I
89.
didn't even
Sorry, I'm
think.
yelling.
But
Sorry.
still.
Sorry. I mean, yes. Oh my God. Okay. First of all, remember that you're gonna like slap yourself. Don Juan
Probably.
DeMarco.
Oh, okay, yes. I can't
Yeah.
believe I forgot about that. Because
Yeah.
that soundtrack was phenomenal as well. But ooh, I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah. No, and he also was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Leo DiCaprio. But
Okay,
like, hi,
okay, stop
he
it.
was
That's
in
right. That was one of my
21 Jump
favorite
Street.
movies.
He was in one of my all-time favorite movies. Oh, Edward Scissorhands was 1990, but Crybaby,
Oh,
hello,
oh my
with the tear.
gosh.
I mean,
Oh,
Don Juan DeMarco, he was the
yes,
sexiest in that
yes,
role.
yes. But
He,
you know what? I thought he was hot in What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
yeah, he's
Because, the
21 Jump
grunginess of it.
Street.
Yes, 21 Jump Street. Oh, God.
Like,
See, he had the like Eddie Vedder type of,
oh God, he's just,
ooh, yeah.
I love him so much. I love him so much. I love him.
Yes.
Chocolat. No,
I'm like
I'm
having a
gonna say
seizure.
something. No, because that was one of my favorite Johnny Depp movies
Same here.
is that
Same
movie.
here.
But also I loved him in Blow. That
Oh, I
movie
remember you showed me that
was
movie.
so good.
Dang,
Yes.
that
That
was,
movie is so good. I have to show it to Angel because I don't know if she's
ooh.
seen it, but
Hmm.
he did that role beautifully. And
He
then like,
did.
then he does like Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Then he does,
Yeah.
the Pirates of the Caribbean, yay. And
Mhm.
then, all the kids stuff. I think the Mad Hatter
Mhm.
movie. Oh my
Right.
God. Like, and then he did the 21 Jump Street movie, well, a
Mhm.
cameo.
Yeah, wasn't it Alice in Wonderland? Is that the one that the Mad
Yes,
Hatter?
yes, exactly. But weren't
Mhm.
there two part Alice Through the Looking Glass?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was the other
man.
one. Alice
But
in
see,
Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. I mean, yeah, sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
But see, for me, it was all about chocolat.
Chocolat. First of all, I
Ooh,
don't think I don't think we're talking enough about that in today's society.
thank you. Thank you. Because
That movie.
I asked Tony if he saw it and he did. And was I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to jump your bones for saying that."
Mhm.
Because holy crap, you actually saw the movie. I just wanted to drink. Okay, can I ask you, when you saw that movie, because I know we saw it together. When we saw this movie, did you want to jump in the screen and try the chocolate they were drinking?
Yes, I
It
still
seemed like
do.
it was thick.
It yes, because that's how it
So
should be.
so when you went to Paris,
Oh.
did you have hot chocolate?
No, but I wait, did I? I don't know. I don't think so, but I saw people having it and it's creamy and delicious. I've had hot
Yeah.
chocolate in French cafes in the city actually here,
Uh-huh.
and it's thick as hell.
Oh wow, see? Okay, so that place near is Dandelion one of those places that you're is that a
Yes,
chocolate? Okay.
up the street they
Yeah.
have that kind of hot chocolate.
Oh my gosh, I
We'll
must
go.
go.
We'll
Yes.
go. I'll take you.
Because
It
it
is
reminds me of that
lovely.
movie. I
Neen,
oh, like silk.
I'm gonna make Angel watch. I think she's seen it because it's French. Like, or it's like, but
Yes.
we're gonna get romantic and watch that movie. Johnny Depp is so freaking beautiful in that movie. That is his
Oh.
most gorgeous role. That and Don Juan DeMarco. Because Don
Yes.
Juan DeMarco oh, changed me
Yeah.
in my youth. But yes.
Yes.
Now, if
Oh
you
my
want to
gosh.
take it to Freddie Prince Jr., now that we've gotten that out of our systems, go for it.
You know, I can't say I was like a huge Freddie Prinze Jr. fan.
Oh, huh.
I thought he was adorable.
Adorable. I still
Like,
do.
yeah, and he was very handsome. His smile just lit up a room and
Yes.
kind of like the boy next door kind of
Yeah,
thing.
very Keanu-esque for me.
Mhm.
He reminds me of Keanu, and he was actually the star of many of my teeny bopper movies that I
Mhm.
love. Like I love
Oh,
Down to You
totally.
with Julia Stiles.
Yes.
Wasn't
Mhm.
he in that movie with
She's
that
all
annoying
that.
girl? Yes, she's all that, which I love. But
Mhm.
remember that annoying movie with like a neighbor who had dogs or something? What was that freaking annoying girl's name? It was one of
Hmm.
his first ones. It was super popular.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Um,
god, Aho, what is it called? It was
neighbor
oh he
has
also
dogs.
he was in I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is one of my favorite
Yes. Oh
movies.
man, we're gonna have to talk about those because that was a good one. I know
Yep.
what you did last summer.
Duh.
Yeah, that's right. But that's not the one.
No, no,
Down
no.
to
I'm
you.
talking about oh god.
Um, man,
I think was it Head Over Heels?
I don't
Might have been
know.
Head Over Heels name.
Head over
Oh yes, it
heels.
was Head Over Heels. Yes, yes,
What
yes.
is that?
That's the
I don't even
girl.
know if I saw that.
I
Oh,
could not
yes.
stand that actress. She was
Yeah,
everywhere. Like,
she was. Yeah, who? Yeah, no. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I think it was her haircut. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't her fault,
Honestly, that
but
was definitely like a forgettable one for
yeah,
sure.
but he was cute in it. But like, he was like the quintessential teeny bopper star,
Mm-hmm.
and it only made sense that he met and fell in love with Sarah Michelle Gellar on the
Mm-hmm.
set of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and we're
Yes.
totally doing, our '90s like scary movie episode. We're trying to be really good about waiting till Halloween to do it, but we might have to do it sooner because '90s scary
Mm-hmm.
movies are elite. And I think we might even have to do it in like over the course of several episodes, come to think of it, because Scream is going
Yeah.
to take a whole hour.
Oh, for sure. Because that straight up like was
Yeah,
the epitome of our youth.
right. Yes. And I
Like,
do
ooh.
Yeah, and I also wanna, since we're talking about Freddie Prinze Jr., because before we talk about a major player, I wanna
Mhm.
talk about Ryan Felipe because he was very
Ooh.
much on the Freddie Prinze,
Yeah.
level, except he was the blonde, sultry version, and
Mhm.
Freddie Prinze was, like, the cute, like, Keanu-esque goofy
Right.
cutie
Brunette.
pie.
Yeah,
Like, Ryan
exactly.
Felipe was so dangerously
Yes.
delicious.
And when he wore his
Oh,
glasses,
oh, oh,
hello.
oh, I think we need to, watch Cruel Intentions again. I've seen that movie
Mhm.
so many times.
It was it's such a star-studded cast,
Mm.
and I don't know, again, the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe if they it would still be a good movie, but that if they didn't have that soundtrack, I don't know
Yeah.
if it would be as good or have
Mm.
been as popular. I'm telling you, movies now do not have soundtracks like they
No.
did before. And I believe that some of the biggest movies of our lifetime, especially in the 90s,
Yeah.
had phenomenal soundtracks that went with it. Like you had to have good songs with these
Yes.
movies.
Oh, it the soundtrack was as important as the movie itself.
Mhm.
because
Exactly.
because they had sales to make too, and then
Mhm.
you would see more commercials back then of
Oh,
movies
completely.
dropping.
Mhm.
And I don't know that the same thing applies now. I could be wrong. I don't have cable, like I do all the apps, Hulu and
Yeah,
everything,
same
so I
here.
don't know. But
Mhm.
I know it was very much present in like a commercial. You'd hear
Exactly. Right.
like
Well, and
Bittersweet
that's
Symphony for
it,
Cruel
yes.
Intentions.
And that's what the 80s and 90s did. They did it right with that kind of stuff. Whereas nowadays, like you said, I don't know if that's the case,
Right.
but that movie in particular, dang, it was just fire all over. I mean, it was just hot and steamy. It
Mhm.
was just like, wow, I don't know. It just something about it. Everybody was good looking in that movie, and it was just phenomenal. It really was.
Yeah,
It
it
just,
totally.
oh,
He's I want him to come back. I kind of miss him.
yeah, no, for
I kind of
real.
miss him. And now it's like now we're opening up a can of worms. So we're
Hmm.
gonna wrap up shortly, but we should mention Jude Law.
Ooh,
Um,
hello. Yes.
I recently saw a movie where with Cameron Diaz and Kate
Hmm.
Winslet
Oh,
and Jack
yes.
Black. I finally
Hmm.
saw that last Christmas.
The holiday.
Yes, what a cute
Hmm.
movie.
I
Where was
know.
I?
It's adorable.
Jude Law's, oh,
Oh,
so cute.
yeah, he is.
Very handsome, talented.
Very much so.
Um, he's got all the makings. He could
Oh,
be
yeah.
like Ryan Felipe and Brad Pitt got together and had a baby.
Ugh, imagine.
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean,
he
yeah.
was. It's funny. I thought of him the other day because Sienna Miller. I saw a news
See?
flash on her, and I was like, where did I hear from her? And then I remembered Jude
Hmm.
Law.
Hmm.
Forgot about him, man.
And
But
that's
see,
all I would associate with Jude Law, unfortunately, was that
yes,
whole nanny scandal. So I
exactly.
think
And
that's
that's I
why
was
I
just
kind
like,
of,
you know.
yeah.
Did you like Will Smith as far as like would have considered him a heartthrob?
I think he's an amazing actor. I think he's very handsome, but I don't
Mhm.
necessarily consider him, for me anyways, a heartthrob because I I can't separate the comedic side,
Yeah, same here.
because one could also, like, if we're gonna do that, like, Jim Carrey,
Hmm.
Paul, we think, Pauly Shore, not really though, like
Right.
heartthrob-esque, but
Yeah.
like it's a different type of like sexy. But
Hmm.
I think Will Smith's a legendary actor for sure.
Yeah, he
But
is. And
when it
it's
comes
sad
to,
because I feel like people that are comedians, they kind of get the short end of the stick because they do. And I've heard this from comedians before where they say that it's hard for people to separate them and
yeah,
for
I
them
can
to
see
take
that.
on that role of
Yeah,
anything like dramatic because they're
yeah.
constantly related to the
Oh,
comedian side of it.
definitely.
But
It's
he's
hard.
very handsome, but
Yeah,
I also think of him like you said, like that Fresh Prince thing. But I'm sure for a
definitely.
lot of people, because during the 90s, it was like Independence
Oh,
Day,
I
Men in
loved him in
Black,
that.
all those movies.
Yes.
He was huge. I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't really he's super handsome, but yeah, he's just a funny guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many.
I mean, yeah, the we again we would be here all night, but we would be remiss if we didn't mention the one. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Before we conclude,
Hmm.
Val Kilmer. Enough
Ooh,
said.
oh man.
I was in love with him.
Ice.
I was in love with this man. I still am.
You sure were.
That
Dang.
man was in my locker. Like, seriously, like, I loved him. He is my Batman. I think he is the best Batman, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I loved him in The Saint. The
Mm-hmm.
Doors, those lips. He's gorgeous. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
funny. And yeah, he's definitely a Hollywood heartthrob. And
Oh,
we
yes.
saw him acting next to the one and only Tom Cruise. Tommy,
Oh
can you
my
hear
God.
me? Oh my
I
God.
love that episode of Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie
I mean, when she
O'Donnell.
would do that, oh my gosh, amazing. Um, man, you know, when I look back at that movie, Top Gun,
Mm,
and I think of Val Kilmer,
mm,
in some ways he was hotter than Tom Cruise,
he was. Yeah, it's okay. You
right?
could say it. Yeah.
But then I feel like no, but then yes. When you
And
look at
then,
the
yeah.
photos in the
But
locker
then,
rooms, you're
oh,
like,
Jesus
"Hello,
Christ.
Val."
I, ooh, caliente for sure.
Fuego. You got that
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Oh
we
my
had to insert the
gosh.
fuego here because he
Mhm.
literally could walk by a whole row of candles and light them up just by walking next to them. He is so cute. Those damn lips, that crew cut, yes. But
Mhm.
uh Tom Cruise, when he just starred in this Top Gun that just aired, that just, was in theaters last
Wow.
year, that white t-shirt in that very first scene. Excuse
Ooh.
me?
Mhm.
What are they putting
Man.
in that Scientology water for him to age that
You
gloriously?
know what? I'm just gonna give Tom Cruise mad props right now
Oh,
because um he may be crazy. People call him crazy because of Scientology, all this other crap. But you know
mhm.
what? He is a damn good actor that takes
Yep,
pride in his work. I
I
believe he
agree.
said it took about 4 years for him to put this movie together, and he refused to release it early because of like the pandemic and stuff like that. But I mean, oh my gosh, he took it seriously. I left that theater and I told Tony, I said, you know what? This is the one sequel that I've seen where I don't want to say it's better than the first, but you can't really compare it because it was just as good in
I
some
agree.
ways.
Exactly. It wasn't better. It wasn't like a whack ass like
No.
sequel. I'm so happy because like when we went to go see it in the theater, they did like this whole like backstory,
Mhm.
like as to like why it took so long and everything. And
Right.
I'm so glad he took his time because it literally was right here on the same
Hmm.
level.
It
On the
showed.
same level. And
It
that's
really
hard to
did.
do when you have a
Hmm.
classic. Like I can't imagine anyone remaking Ghost or anything like
Right.
that because no.
Hmm.
But so one could argue the same thing about Top Gun, but like I, did anyone have shitty things to say about Top Gun? And if they did, they need to go check themselves at the door because it had comedy. It was great. And then when Val Kilmer hit the scene,
I
I
know.
sobbed my face off. I was like,
Right.
oh, bless
Ugh,
him. Like,
yes. No, and it was like the way that they even complimented Goose and his son.
oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
and honestly, I didn't really think that he was very attractive in the
mm,
movie, but when in the beach scene
oh, yeah.
and the way he dances, I'm like, what is going on right now? Like,
Yeah.
it's giving me vibes from the first Top Gun
Yeah.
and the way that
Definitely.
Tom looked on the
Oh,
beach.
and then Tom, and this is just him. It's not his acting because he has that little smirk. Like when he's laughing, he'll be like,
Yes.
like he'll do like the eyebrow. I
Yes.
crack up every time. And I'm
Mhm.
going to tell you this one thing. My favorite Tom Cruise movie of all times might surprise you. It's actually Vanilla Sky. Like I loved him
Oh,
in that movie.
yes.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh,
Um, I just love the
That was
story.
with
I loved
Penelope Cruz, correct?
Penelope Cruz, Cameron Diaz. Yeah.
Hmm.
I loved his acting. And in the movie, when he's wearing that prosthetic face mask,
Hmm.
he's asked a question by what's Goldie Hawn's partner's name? Kurt Russell.
Hmm.
And he's all, what? But you can't see his facial expression, but the way
Hmm.
he's looking at him with the emotionless mask, you can tell he's making that funny face
Right.
underneath. And I'm
Hmm.
cracking up every time.
Wow,
That's a
that's a damn
talent.
good, yeah, that's a damn good
Yeah,
actor. Okay, you know what? We should just end it with this. Tom Cruise was a big heartthrob in the 90s.
I agree.
He really was. Like, I didn't even realize this until we started talking about him right now. But when you think about it, we freaking went and saw Mission Impossible.
I loved that movie.
Yes, and how cute was he in that movie
Yeah,
with
he
his
was
freaking
adorable.
buzz cut that he had, or that
Oh,
short haircut?
yeah.
I mean, he was in good shape. I
Yeah.
mean, Tom Cruise is freaking ageless. He could
Amen,
do no
sister.
wrong.
He is a fine wine. He really is. Like George
Yes.
Clooney, which we know we didn't talk about, but we're
Yeah,
aware.
we didn't mention him. We didn't mention him either, but they are all those classic actors that just keep getting better with age.
No, definitely. And, basically, it just shows you that the 90s was a decade that was
Mhm.
filled with talented, beyond talented actors, actresses, unforgettable movies, okay?
Mhm.
And unforgettable performances. And
Yeah.
these heartthrobs, they captured our hearts, and
Mhm.
we're still talking about them. Look how many decades later. What does that
Totally.
say? The
Yeah.
90s is the most epic decade of
Mhm.
all.
It was. And exactly. And it's not just us saying that because we grew up in it. Like I remember our moms used to say that, like your mom used to say, "Oh, the 70s, the 80s," because that was
Yeah.
the time they grew up in. But
Yeah.
even when you look back on those decades, I remember there's a line in Dazed and Confused where one of the girls says, "Man, the 70s were this and the 80s were that." And she says something like, "Man, the 90s, they're going to be like bitching." But it was like people didn't know what to expect with the 90s.
Right.
And the 90s took on a role of its own. It was kind of a
Yes.
collaboration of all of the generations before, the decades before, all boiled into one amazing love fest, like, and just epicness. Because honestly,
Hmm.
once 2000 rolled around, it had good stuff, but honestly, everything in the 90s just was epic.
Yes, I agree. Well said, Mean. Well
Yeah,
said.
thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
it really
No,
was.
I mean, we're just not sitting. We're not. We have evidence that the 90s was the best decade in the world. And
Mhm.
if you need to revisit that evidence, go check out all our other episodes, because I'm sorry, music, movies,
Uh-huh.
TV, like all of it. It's just, I'm waiting for something to be better, and I haven't found it
I
yet.
agree. And let me just say to everybody, one of our top episodes was soundtracks of the 90s. And I think that just solidifies, like what we were just talking about a few minutes ago, is how epic soundtracks were. And I have this one question before we end. Did you like the Lady Gaga song in Top Gun? Or were you hoping that they would have brought the music for the end, at least, from the old movie into the new one to kind of mesh both?
I I love Lady Gaga so much, but I would have wanted the old.
Thank you.
It would have married the two. Like it
Yes, it
just
freaking
it
fell flat.
yeah.
Sorry. I
And
was annoyed.
yeah. So I get like that was probably their nod to like this is a new era, but
Hmm.
some things need to remain as is.
Yes.
So give us our Berlin
Yes,
and
please.
we'll be okay.
Yeah, I would have been, you know what, to me, that was the only flaw in that movie
Yeah.
because I was waiting for that at the end. I
And that
really
says a lot,
was.
Name. That says a
Yeah.
lot that that was like the one thing you were waiting
Yes.
for, because that means that movie was done so well. And it
Yeah.
was.
And you know what? One more thing they did well in that movie was on that beach scene, the time of day they did it and how the sun was hitting all of their
Mm,
glistening bodies. Because there's a color that was in the 80s at
yeah,
that beach scene that they captivated in this one.
they did.
I'm just telling you, you know what, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I forgot about Tom Cruise being a freaking heartthrob, and that should have been on my list.
He is the king. That's okay, because we're here together and we're gonna remind each other. So don't worry. You didn't forget. You
I
didn't
know.
forget.
It made me mad because it should have sparked something when you talked about Interview with a Vampire. Because you know what? He's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be kicking myself in the ass all night. But anyways, this was a fantastic show.
It was amazing, Neen. Oh my God. Like I literally am gonna watch Chocolat on Friday.
Oh, that sounds so romantic. Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh, you
might
know
even
what? And I might whip up some abuelita hot chocolate because
exactly.
that's the
You took the
closest I'm gonna
words.
get.
You took the words right out of my mouth because I got some abuelita in the
Ooh,
pantry. We'll make it a
mm-hmm.
whole like romantic St. Patty's
Yes.
Day.
Ooh, stop it. I'm liking that. Shoot. Well, that being said,
Amazing.
Steph.
All right, Neen. Well, I had fun tonight and I can't wait for this episode to drop. And until
Yes.
next time, we're going to catch you on the flip side.
Oh yeah. Peace out, buddy.